Downsizing is a science fiction dramedy about people shrinking themselves down to little people, way big, and living in a tiny little version of the world. Now it stars Matt Damon as Paul Safranek and is directed by the acclaimed filmmaker Alexander Payne, who's known for his film Sideways.
Now I have to admit, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, this is awesome! But it's unfortunate that the movie turned out the way it did. I mean, it's not to say that it's a bad movie, it's not a good movie.
Now, unfortunately, after Payne gives the audience the initial setup of Downsizing, it doesn't really explore a world much unlike our own. Yes, of course, the people are really small and tiny, but what they're doing in the tiny world is the same that could happen in, the regular sized world, so to speak. I did personally find some solace in the relationships that Matt Damon's character accidentally came across throughout the film.
So this here's what they call a dramedy, with an emphasis on the dra and not so much on the medi. There are some funny moments in this movie thanks to the excellent performance by Paul's eccentric neighbor, played by Christoph Waltz, Tucson. If you're looking for laughs, it's probably not going to be your cup of tea because it focuses more on the harsh realities of life and finding your place in the world. Kind of depressing.
Payne never fully mixes the drama, the comedy, the science fiction elements all together in a neat package, and when you add the long runtime here of 2 hours and 15 minutes, things become unnecessarily drawn out.
So there was nothing really with this movie that kept me engaged, it wasn't really any stakes involved. All the problems that Paul had in the movie, they seem to be resolved relatively quickly. So you're like, oh, he's got a problem, how's he gonna resolve it? And then before your thought even gets through your head, it's problem solved. I mean, even towards the end of the movie, he had this, I guess, spoiler alert, this emotional realization simply because he didn't want to walk any further into a mountain. So it's like, I don't want to walk anymore. Emotional realization.
This movie bored me. Okay, there wasn't any action, so that'll bore me here, right? No action, boring, that's what I like, I'm Tony, But just focusing on the movie as a whole, yeah, that sucked too.
I would hate to give this movie such a low score because it had such a great concept. But I'm gonna give this one a 5, simply because it was about a future technology not invented. And that concept was pretty awesome to me, so because of the concept, they get a little credit there, even though they kind of ruined it.
I'll give this movie here a 6 out of 10 because it's such a great concept, but the runtime, the 2 hours and 15 minutes just made everything draw out, like I said before. If the story was stronger, there was a stronger story that grew with the 2 hours and 15 minutes, it'd probably be a better film. Maybe if the runtime was reduced to, let's say, 90 minutes, I probably would have liked it a little bit better.
Unfortunately, even though the concept was really good, I was really excited to see it because I thought there'd be a lot of suspense here with the crazy technology and a lot of bad things can happen. I have to give this a 2. Wasn't really much suspense. I was pretty bored the whole time. I didn't really like it.
I'm gonna have to give this movie a 1 out of 10. Yeah, I hated it. It sucked pretty bad. There was nothing in the movie I cared about. Besides the action, nothing. The whole movie, it sucked. I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie here a solid 4. It did have a couple funny moments here and there. It had an overall funny concept, but it just was executed poorly.
So we here at Who's Review give Downsizing the rating of wait for the Blu-ray. Now by no means is this the worst movie made this year, by no means is it the best. It is a movie you should see at least once. The concept is interesting in itself. 2 hours and 15 minutes, it's a pretty long time and doesn't keep you entertained for that entire amount. What do you think of our review? Do you like it? Do you have your own? Go ahead and comment your own review or your comments on our review right below in the comment section. I said comment a lot of times there. But yeah, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button. We'll hope to see you next time here on Who's Review.